Thanks for stopping by. Going to do one more update on my prototyping. Certain things are working out really well. My hammer sleeve, I think I'm pretty much there. I just need to tweak the design out ever so slightly. Had a little hiccup with my my shapes on these main bags. We'll get into that. But either way, I mean, I feel like this was a win. Trying to get a bit experimental with some things, not my style, but I had some people suggest it on a previous video that I did, just trying to crowdsource, so I'm trying that out on this side. But like I said, certain things I feel like I'm nailing. I got this pretty well, keeping that outside. The actual pocket, there's a bottom to that. People are really gonna hopefully really dig the tool side ability that this is going to give you. Most guys are running this on this side, not me. So yeah, let's get into it. I will bring this over to the table. I'll drop this off the belt, and then we'll go into like what I did well, what I did terribly wrong, and what to expect in the future. Come on. Whew. Decent Velcro. Actually use decent Velcro. All right. So all in all, I think it was a win. First time ever trying anything other than like sewing up a pillowcase, really. You know what I mean? So quite the challenge. A fun challenge though. I'm having a good time with this. I wish I was able to dedicate more time than like between 1 and 3 a.m. on a Wednesday night. But we'll get more time, I guess, maybe eventually, or it'll just stay the way it is while I'm prototyping. I don't need to be in any kind of a rush, which we're not going to be giving any timelines from here on out. You know, I keep making promises on camera, like I'm going to do this next week, do this the week after, blah, blah, blah. I'll just be putting out updates as I go. I'm going to do my best to keep this part of the video one take or die. It's just kind of how I want to run this channel. Be a bit more impromptu, you know, what I consider keeping it street. So, what I did terribly wrong. Right off the bat, I tried to have this overall shape be more of a square bottom. I wound up having to call an audible, like, had to bust out the seam ripper multiple times while I was trying to close up the hard corner. What you're seeing here, I just grabbed this cool new tool that I have. It's called a heat knife, a hot knife, but I just like burnt a radius. So from here on out, you're gonna see more of a swooping shape coming away from the body. And I'm going to be running with that all day from here on out. I think that as long as it's controlled and I'm not just like, man, I wish that I could have done my original one, but it's okay, you know what I mean? Skill level, I'm not going to be able to handle anything like that for a while. And then also my machine, it's just too chunky right there when I start folding things up, multiple layers. And then just like making that turn, you know, we're dealing with like 2D and then it becomes 3D, bit different. So I'm going to go wider with the main tool pouch. All right, it's going to be 3 wide. Right now I'm at 2.5. I'm going to be able to bring these up a little further, not so much to where they're coming up to this level. What I mean by that is going from 6 to probably something like 4.5. And then I'll bring this guy up to where it'll be like 4.5 and then 4. Something like that, I think, will clear my big radius that I'm going to be putting in, and expect this line to disappear. I'm keeping this line. Really loving the way that this is sewn in all the way up. I will be tweaking that design ever so slightly, where I'm not going to be trying to run over 1, 2, 3 areas where it's been edged. It's too chunky for my machine to be able to handle. If I had full-on industrial equipment, could probably pull that off. But I'll be tweaking that design a little bit, and you'll still get the same effect, and it'll actually make all of this work better. But this is my first prototype, so this is what we're getting. Almost there. Almost there. Murdering it. I feel like this is only going to get some light tweaks, and I am getting like no hinge point, which was a gripe that I have with my Diamondbacks, where this is way up high, and every time I chuck my hammer in there, it hinges at least a little bit. And if I don't get my muscle memory right on point, it's kind of annoying at times. The way that I have opened the bottom up, I'm kind of taking from Atlas 46. If anybody's familiar, I believe it's called the Direct Draw hammer sleeve. They run it kind of like a triangle, and they have a piece of 2-inch webbing that goes all the way down on the outside, keeping that really sturdy. I'm going to be doing something similar to that, but it's not going to be webbing. I'm going to continue with the pink on the inside. I figure while I'm at home, my hammer sleeve is pink on the inside. So at work, my hammer sleeve is going to be pink on the inside. And I am going to just have a ball with playing around with color combos. The color combo name for pink on the inside, I'm just going to call Stink Pinky. I love that. When I make the double bar sleeves, Stink Pinky color combo is really going to take the internet by storm, I'm sure. For me, it's hilarious. For you, it's probably wildly inappropriate. Also, I'm calling the interior color combo Golden Teacher. Anyone that knows what I mean with that reference, then just knows what I mean with that reference. And we'll also just have a laugh, and the rest of us will be like, what the hell's he talking about? So, hammer sleeve, quick little like stitches coming in like this. Maybe you'll expect to see triangles. I'm really digging the triangles. Badger is doing X's, you know what I mean? Good way to trap the foam. I'm going to be trying to do a similar thing with that. I like how sturdy that construction is. I have 1/4-inch foam running the entire length of the main pouch. I'm going to be switching it to 1/8-inch foam, and I'm going to be doing the interior of not just from here up on the back toward your body. I'm going to be doing 1/8-inch foam throughout the entire main bag, and possibly for this entire pouch as well. When all that is said and done, it's not going to be super chunky looking, but when I trap that many areas of foam, there's going to be a sturdiness to all this, which is really what I'm trying to do. Trying to make something that is inarguably sturdy. Another thing to expect in the future is going to be possibly like either a piece of 2-inch webbing that goes across the bottom to keep that like really sturdy like this is, or maybe even like a little panel that I sew and then put a little X in on the bottom, and that'll just keep that, like when you drop something in, it'll be like a clunking sound almost, you know, you're gonna know that's sturdy. I decided to play around a little bit. I personally prefer a pocket, but I haven't even worn this yet to work. I got a few requests when I did my crowdsourcing video on a tape clip. So I'm trying that out on my tape measure side. Happens to be my tool side. I think it's going to work out really well. When I remove the tape measure and click it in down here, I have a really wide open area, which is going to be pretty good. I'm digging the possibilities of this. So you'll see this on future setups. Like I'll drop this guy, and you'll just have these two bags, and there'll probably be like tape clip, maybe even a bag that gets like a smaller bag that's over here. We'll see what I come up with. I'm looking forward to playing around with designs. Once I nail down the dimensions here and here, I'm going to be well on my way to creating different things for different trades. The main tool pouch, I'm really digging where I'm going to be planning on offering up this pocket on both sides. When I'm going to be, let's just say my squares are out of here, when I'm running just tools on my right side, it's going to be really good, man. I dig, like, once I get material choice down, you're going to see much more chunkier webbing on these guys. This was like craft store grade, whatever. I'm prototyping, trying to keep it nice and cheap. You're going to be able to have all kinds of cool options for like bigger, chunkier tools. Like I said, I wanted to prioritize those duckbills, bend and metal. I fail to see any companies really prioritize like a siding or roofing kind of a thing with that tool. You're going to be able to chuck that right in there, 6 wide, 4 wide, whatever it is, and then just let your imagination run wild as far as what else you would throw in there. I don't know. For me, on the left side, because my squares are on the right, I'm going to have the option of 1, 2, 3 fastener pockets, which is going to be pretty cool. And then I'll also have, once I finish it up, I'll have this guy on my left, and I was talking in earlier videos about really prioritizing having a 35 without like a break-in process. My Diamondbacks, I'm running a 25, and I had to like basically murder this top pouch to be able to fit my little guy in there, like while I'm wearing it and all that. I had to like remove this for about a week and then like just beat that thing up, you know what I mean? I feel like that could be done a little better. I know why they're doing what they're doing, you know what I mean? It's easier to do just like the one shape that is like this, you know, to get that effect. But it droops down, you know what I mean, with how small I'm trying to make it. So I have to like play around with a little flippy foldy fold kind of a thing, which is doing good. 25, like I said, I want you to be able to get a 35 in there, no issue. I got to tweak the design ever so slightly, and then I'm there. But when that's going to be sewn up, you know what I mean? I'll do another update when I'm wearing it. I'll just walk by and chuck a 35 in there. Maybe we'll do a short. Anybody who's in the know will get what I'm doing. But you're going to be able to get a 35 in there. That's going to be feeling pretty good for me. So overall, 8.5. Tweaking this out a little bit. I'm going to shorten this up a little bit, And then I can actually make these smaller. When I start implementing more of these kind of lips on stuff like this, and this, you're going to be seeing something that's not really coming off the body super far loaded up, but you'll still have the same capacity. It'll just be like really sturdy. I'm really digging this. I feel like if I had come up with this right off the bat and just known that I was doing the swoopy shape right off the bat, I probably would have knocked this out of the park, aside from stitching like a 3-year-old child. But I'll get better at that. You know what I mean? It's the whole point of trying to do this. My little guy over here, really digging it. I'm going to be calling him the Mel Gypsum for a while I'm prototyping. I'll come up with better names, but for now, I'll just run some jokes, digging how chunky that is. You're going to be seeing that. And like I said, light tweaks there, man. I'm really digging that. I'm really digging the angle too. I want to do better than a 45-degree angle. And very light tweaks, probably bringing this up higher. And when you're wearing it, it'll be up yay high, and then it'll keep it from coming so much further past it. You'll still come past the bag a little bit, but it'll be more like that. Like I said, height, kneeling down, crouching down, I have issues with length. And then since I'm skinny, I also have issues with just like the way it looks. 10 wide, I'm going to be avoiding that like the plague. 8.5 wide. 8.5 wide. When I am all said and done, I'm going to be 13.5. Right now this is 14.5. But like I said, not calling that a loss. This, I just measured this. This thing's 16 inches long. It's freaking monstrous. And great pouch. But I'm too short, man. I'm just too short. I'm going to be trying to work that into the designs. Tall guys are going to appreciate it. You know what I mean? Short guys are definitely going to appreciate it. And that's it for this one. I'm not going to do any full-length video on this. You're pretty much getting the same thing there, minus this, and it's going to be able to accept a knife. A saw. But like I said, I'll just do a short. Anybody that knows what I'm talking about will know what I'm talking about. And, subscribe for updates. If you're already subscribed, thanks for being here. I'll do a more polished video once I get more polished set up. Cool. Thanks.